earlier in the week, I said it was prediction week. So today, I am bringing you 10 bold predictions for the Texans 2017 season. Let's get right into it. J.J. Watt gets 18 plus sacks and wins himself his fourth Defensive Player of the Year award, as well as a Comeback Player of the Year award. Now, I think this is possible because it's J.J. Watt, but 18 sacks might be a little too much for him, perhaps, because odds are he's going to come back rusty and he's not going to be as effective the first 3 or 4 games. That's just my opinion on it. Now let's move on to my next one. Will Fuller gets over 1,100 yards. Now, a lot of people, and myself included, I'm going to admit it, do not really like Will Fuller, but one thing we have to admit is Will Fuller was dominating in September, and then Brock Osweiler started sucking even more, and he kind of disappeared. So I'm kind of really blaming that on Osweiler. Yes, he has drop issues, but they're not that bad, honestly. People act like he drops every single pass, but in reality, last year he only dropped 8 passes. So 1,100 yards as a number 2 receiver with competent quarterback play isn't too far-fetched. Moving on. J.J. Watt, Whitney Merciless, and Jadeveon Clowney alone, just them 3, combined for over 40 sacks. So basically, all 3 of them have to average like 13.5 yards. I mean, sacks, not yards, sacks. 13.5 sacks to get this done, pretty much. But I'm pretty sure either Clowney, Watt, or Merciless, one of them's going to do all the heavy lifting. Like, say, one of them's going to get 18 sacks, while the other ones, they don't necessarily have to get 13 each, but because I'm pretty sure one of them's going to get near 20, so I think this is possible. My next bold prediction isn't really all that bold, but we haven't really had this in a while, and it's Texans running backs combined for over 1,800 rushing yards. Most of this, I think, is going to be, obviously, Lamar Miller with around 1,200 of them. And then around 400 of them are going to come from Deontay Foreman, because I do think he's going to beat out Alfred Blue for that number 2 spot. And then the other 200 yards remaining are going to come from mostly Akeem Hunt and Alfred Blue. I don't think Tyler Irvin gets many carries, honestly. My next one. Kevin Johnson gets 7 interceptions, which happens to be tied for most in the NFL next season. Now, Kevin Johnson is often overlooked and underrated in this team, mostly because of Boyer last season, but Kevin Johnson is a solid corner, and he's still young. This upcoming season, or this offseason that we're currently in, has been Kevin Johnson's only healthy one, so he's probably getting some work done right now as we speak. So 7 interceptions for Kevin Johnson isn't going to be difficult, honestly. I think he could be a ball hawk, honestly. Moving on, this one is kind of boldish. Texans defense scores a total of 5 defensive touchdowns and 3 safeties. And the reason I think this isn't too far-fetched is because of our front 7, man. God. Like, imagine this. Clowney gets a strip sack, J.J. Watt picks it up and takes it all the way, or Watt gets a strip sack, Clowney picks it up and takes it all the way, because we know Clowney has the speed to take that shit anywhere. Now, plus we got Bernardrick McKinney in there that could force a fumble on the running back. We also got Whitney Merciless that can also get a strip sack. Like, God, this team, this defense, something else. Okay, moving on. Tom Savage throws for over 25 touchdowns with less than 10 interceptions. Man, we're overdue for some good quarterback play, aren't we? I'm so sick and tired of the horrible quarterback play. What has it been? 4 years? Yeah, 4 years of terrible quarterback play. That's pathetic, man. Hopefully Tom Savage can save us. But the reason this might be a little too bold is because Tom Savage is yet to throw a touchdown in his 5 games he's played. I think it's 5. I think he started 2, and he's played in 4 actually. And I think those are the right numbers. He's yet to throw a touchdown pass, and I think he's thrown 1 interception his rookie year playing against the Colts. So I mean, if he can start throwing touchdowns, then yeah, because he doesn't throw many interceptions. He protects the ball. And this one's pretty freaking bold. The Texans will make it to the conference championship game. Yeah, this is pretty bold because the Texans haven't made a championship game ever, and it's going to be pretty hard to do so this year too, because we don't know if Tom is going to be good. We don't know if Deshaun Watson's going to be good. But the reason it isn't like too bold is because if you look at the other AFC teams, I feel, at least me, I feel like we could beat every single one of them except maybe the Patriots. Right. Look at the Chiefs. We could beat the Chiefs. Look at the Steelers. We could beat the Steelers. Now who else is going to make the playoffs? The Raiders? We've already beat the Raiders. Dolphins perhaps might make it. We could beat the Dolphins. Right. I don't think there's any other team in the AFC that's Patriots level. I don't think there's any team in the NFL that's Patriots level, if I'm being honest. But let's move on. This one's also pretty bold. The Texans will have 8 total Pro Bowlers next season. Those will be Jadeveon Clowney, J.J. Watt, Whitney Merciless, D.J. Reader, Kevin Johnson, Benardrick McKinney, DeAndre Hopkins, and Greg Manx. But Dwayne Brown and Lamar Miller will also make the Pro Bowl as Pro Bowl alternates, thus bringing the total to 10 Pro Bowlers. And honestly, this isn't really all that bold, actually, because these guys, the only ones that might not make it to the Pro Bowl is really Kevin Johnson, because he's underrated, and Greg Manx, because he's probably also underrated. But if you really look at the AFC, there's really no solid, like, top-notch Travis Frederick level center. So really, pretty much any center can make it, and I think Greg Manx might be the one to make it. And then, of course, underrated Kevin Johnson. Spoke about this. Maybe McKinney was totally robbed last year from a Pro Bowl. And yeah, maybe DJ Reader. A lot of good things. Been hearing a lot of good things about him. And for my final bold prediction, this was pretty fucking bold. The Texans defense will average less than 15 points allowed when it's all said and done at the end of the season. Meaning, the average of points they're going to allow all season is going to be less than 15. So 14.9 or less. And that's pretty crazy because last year, our number one ranked defense allowed, I want to say, 20.1 points per game. And then the top-notch 2015 Broncos defense allowed 23.3. So to go from that to 14.9, and then last year the Patriots had the number one scoring defense, and they had, I think they allowed 16.9 or something like that. So if our defense is going to allow less than 15 points per game, we're going to win a lot of games. I'm just going to say that. Anyways, with that being said, guys, make sure to comment down below your own bold predictions. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Texans content. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.